بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلاب ثانوية الإخلاص العليا، أهلا وسهلا بكم. Hello my dear level 3 students and happy come back. In this semester we're going to study together and to continue our distance learning education process. إن شاء الله في هذا الترم هنكمل رحلة التعلم عن بعد and we're going to study a new set book of English which is called Mega Goal. This semester you are going to study Mega Goal 3. The book is different from the books you have studied or you already studied in level 1 and level 2. You studied Traveler 1 and Traveler 2, but now the set book is totally different. It is called Mega Goal. So let's get started with the intro unit أو الوحدة التقديمية before we study our main units. Our lesson is to listen and discuss. So we have a listening material, but before we listen to the listening material we are going to study the new vocabulary. Be focused and study well the following new vocabulary. So how many expressions are we going to study right now? Yes, we have these new vocabulary and expressions. Number one, technology. Technology. Yes, I think that all of you know the meaning of technology. TV around the world. TV around the world. التلفاز حول العالم. Unusual buildings. Unusual buildings. What is meant by unusual? Unusual is something that is odd, something strange. Something strange طبعا شيء غريب أو غير معتاد. Unusual buildings يعني مباني غير عادية. Working days. Working days طبعا days as you know أيام working العمل أيام الدوام. Ecotourism. Ecotourism is a compound word. Tourism as you know means السياحة in Arabic. Ecotourism السياحة البيئية. And the last expression going green. Going green. The act of going green is to apply and implement more greener policies or to take care of the environment. Going green يعني المحافظة على أو العمل على أخذ إجراءات للحفاظ على البيئة. So what is needed and wanted right now? Yes, is to read the texts below and match each one with the correct heading. So these headings will be put with the right text. We will match the heading with the right text. Write in the blank. There are some blanks here. We're going to write. Use your pen in your book right now. I need you to open your book and use your pen on page 2 and page 3. Now we're going to listen to the listening material. Let's get. Now we have listened to the listening material and it's time to read it again together. Okay. Here in the first text, the paper versus ebook debate. Debate means strong discussion. Debate يعني جدال, which has been going on for several years, does not seem to serve any real purpose. يعني جدال من دون أي غرض. Digital has become an integral part. Necessary. Integral means necessary, something that is very important. Integral part of life. So much so that we fail to notice it. Hard copies means يعني الكتب اللي هي الورقية الفعلية on the other hand are still available. ما زالت available أو ما زالت متاحة. But for how long? But for how long is a question that needs an answer of you. So after we have read together this text, what do you think is the right heading will be written here in this blank? The paper versus ebook debate is related to which heading? Technology, TV around the world, unusual buildings, working days, ecotourism, or going green? Yes, technology. So please write the word technology here. The second text: ecotourism allows travelers to observe يعني يلاحظ and experience life and culture in a natural and often undisturbed location that lends itself to activities like hiking اللي هو طبعا صعود الجبال, climbing, تسلق, rafting, etc. This type of tourism often provides funds دي طبعا الأموال for conservation and contribute to بيساهم في the development of the local economy. The word economy اللي هي طبعا الاقتصاد. Would you be interested in this type of travel? Would you be interested in this type of travel? This is another question that needs an answer of you. So what do you think the right heading to put here in this blank? What is the right heading which matches the text? Yes, and from the first word we can define which is the right heading. Yes, the word ecotourism is the right heading here. Next text: the Mecca Clock Royal Tower is among the top tallest buildings in the world. The clock face is large enough to be seen from 25 kilometers away. Have you seen it? Yes. The Mecca Clock Royal Tower is a very famous building in Mecca, and I think all of you know it. So what is the right heading to put here, above here? Yes, the right topping is unusual buildings. So write the heading unusual buildings here above. The next text: cable television is gradually being replaced. Cable televisions is gradually being replaced by the internet. يعني طبعا traditional kind of television أو النوع التقليدي من التلفزيونات صار يتم تغييره واستبداله بواسطة الإنترنت. Recent research يعني أبحاث أو دراسات حديثة shows that a substantial number of cable subscribers in the late 20s to mid-30s are planning to discontinue their cable TV subscriptions. On-demand viewing appeals a lot more to people who want to watch a show of their choice at a time that suits them best. To suit is to be suitable or suitable for somebody. Suits them best. What is your view? So here in this text there is a comparison between on-demand viewing and the cable television. So what is your view? And what is the right heading to be written here above? Yes, what do you think is the right heading? The text is about TV and television, two kinds of television. There is a comparison, and yes, TV around the world. TV around the world will be written here above. The next one: it's not unusual for working people to complain about يعني يشتكي about having to follow the same routine day in and day out. طبعا مش تكون من تكرار الروتين اليومي. Come retirement time اللي هو وقت الايه the time when you stop working, وقت التقاعد. Yes. However, a great number of them feel lost, يحس انهم تايهين او ضائعين, and suffer physically and psychologically. To have some problems. Yes, يعانوا physically جسمانيا and psychologically طبعا نفسيا through the absence of the same routine. Why do you think this happens? If you have think about the right suitable reason for that. So what is the right heading to be written above in this blank? Yes, about retirement and about working time and the daily routine. And yes, the right heading is working days. These right working days here above. The next text and the last one. Climate change has been a critical issue طبعا معناها قضية أو أمر أو موضوع جدا هام in recent years due to its destructive consequences. Destructive, something that can destroy and cause many bad effects. Destructive consequences يعني طبعا very bad results أو عواقب مدمرة. Caused by natural disasters يعني كوارث طبيعية such as storms, hurricanes, flooding and landslides. Deciding to go green has presented a dilemma is a big problem, معضلة, for countries which have to choose between immediate economic growth and the greener policies. This has delayed timely action and prevented the implementation of green measures that can contribute to the reduction of carbon emissions يعني انبعاثات الكربون. With what is your view? Your view and your opinion is needed to you need to think about this issue and give your opinion here. And at the same time, what is the possible and the right heading to be put and written over here? Yes, the last one is going green, and we have explained what is meant by going green. Yes, going green is to take some measures and procedures in order to help protect the environment. Yes. The first objective يا شباب, الهدف الأول اللي احنا إن شاء الله نكون حققناه in this lesson is to know the new vocabulary like technology, TV around the world, unusual buildings, working days, ecotourism, and going green. I need you to memorize these words and expressions by heart. The second objective and second aim we need to achieve together is to read and answer the questions at the last or at the end of the each text. There is a question here which is, but for how long? How long what? How long hard copies اللي هي طبعا الكتب التقليدية on the other hand are still available, but how long? Anybody knows and try to think of the answer. Somebody can say that I think try to express your opinion here. How long the hard copies and hard the traditional books will last يعني هتستمر إلى متى. Somebody can say that hard copies will last forever because they are very useful in using, because they have different taste when you read. Yes, somebody can express his opinion like that. Someone else can say that hard copies will no longer exist because all the world are transforming to the digital pattern in everything. يعني العالم كله قاعد يتحول إلى الأشياء الرقمية. Okay. The second text, there is a question at the end of the text. Would you be interested in this type of travel? Which kind of travel he is talking about? Yes, he is talking about ecotourism. Would you be interested? هل بتكون مهتم in this type of travel? Of course, there are some different views, and I need you to think about how to express your view and your opinion. In this text, there is a question and we need to answer it. Have you seen it? Have you seen the Mecca Clockreal Tower? Have you ever been to Mecca? Yes, I think all of you can answer with yes. The next question is, what's your view? What's your opinion? What's your opinion about what? There is a comparison in this text between cable television and on-demand viewing, or another kind of television like the internet television, like Netflix and something like that. What is your view? What do you think? What is better? What is good to use? What is more convenient? I need you, everybody, to prepare a good answer, and to not an answer exactly, it is an opinion. I need you to try to use some phrases and some sentences we are going to study in this class in order to express your opinion. إن شاء الله في نهاية الحصة بناخد some expressions أو بعض التعبيرات اللي تستخدمها في إنك أنت how to express أو كيف إنك أنت تقدر تعبر عن رأيك. Why do you think this happens? What happens? هو بيتكلم عن ايش؟ طبعا بيتكلم عن ان some people complain about having suffer from, some people suffer from retirement، يعني بيعانوا من وقت او بعد ما ياخدوا قرار التقاعد. They suffer physically and psychologically, though they were complaining about having to follow the same routine day in and day out. برغم انهم كانوا دائما يشتكون عن اتباع نفس الروتين اليوم. So why do you think this happens? لماذا تعتقد ان ذلك يحدث? We need some views, opinions. نحتاج آراء. طبعا there are no just one answer or right answer. لا، في طبعا عدة إجابات يعني accordingly. What is your view? What's your opinion on what? On climate change. Climate change and taking and going green. يعني يعني إيش رأيك بالنسبة لاتخاذ قرارات أكثر حفاظا على البيئة وقد تؤثر may affect the economy، ممكن تؤثر على الاقتصاد. طبعا موضوع يستحق انك انت to think about it. طبعا يا شباب ان شاء الله هنختم الدرس. هندرس مجموعة من التعبيرات اللي ممكن نستخدمها لإجابة الأسئلة الماضية اللي احنا كنا بنشوفها في نهاية كل مقطع من اللي احنا قرأناه. طبعا this part is about expressing opinion، تعبير عن الرأي، feelings، المشاعر، preference، الأشياء المفضلة، agreeing and disagreeing، والموافقة وعدم الموافقة. For example, when you ask about the opinion, you can say, what do you think of, or what is your view on these questions? What do you think of, what is your opinion on, or what is your view on? Yes, if you want to answer, you can say, I think it's interesting, it's an amazing achievement. أعتقد إن هو شيء مميز، أو أعتقد إن هو إنجاز مذهل. What do you think of, for example, ecotourism? What is your view on on-demand viewing, or what's your view on watching movies on Netflix? طبعا ممكن تجاوب I'm not sure, I can see why, but I can't see eye to eye with. I can't see eye to eye with means I disagree. يعني لما أقول العبارة دي I can't see eye to eye with يعني لست أتفق مع ذلك. Don't you think it's an interesting original to go greener؟ يعني لما أحب أسأل واحد عن رأيه في إن إحنا نتخذ قرارات أو نقوم بإجراءات أكثر محافظة على البيئة، ممكن أقول له Don't you think it is an interesting or it's an original to go greener? No, not really. طبعا لو if you don't agree or if you disagree. Some other expressions like we are on the same page here، يعني we definitely agree together، يعني نتفق تماما. I see your point, but I have no doubt that your view is valid, but I personally feel that. طبعا ده كل ده تعبير يعبر عن الاختلاف أو disagreeing يعني عدم الاتفاق. I admire people who يعني أعجب بالناس الذين، طبعا if you لو أنت حابب تكمل الجملة according to your opinion أو according to the topic طبقا للموضوع اللي نتكلم عليه. But I can't see myself doing it. لكن يعني طبعا برضو تعبير عن disagreeing. Which would you choose? Which would you choose؟ يعني أيهما أنك أنت تختار أو تفضل. I prefer، أفضل كذا. I think I'd opt for، يعني أتجه له أو أختار. I think I'd go for conventional travel، يعني السفر التقليدي. طبعا يبقى كل التعبيرات دي all these expressions to express opinion, feeling, preference and agreeing and disagreeing. You can use them to answer the previous questions and prepare good answers, and we will discuss them inshallah in the next class. Thank you.